Patrick Mahomes cards are hot right now, but if you had some high-end Patrick Mahomes cards, would you trade them for a Kobe Bryant and Steph Curry dual auto card? We're going to debate that trade, plus several other huge trades now. Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to another episode of Trade Talk Teapot. We got a lot of big names of the moment to debate today, a lot of Patrick Mahomes cards, but what's going to happen to Josh Allen's market, because he's part of these trades today too. But we've also got a lot of vintage baseball and some great basketball cards. Are you ready to dive in?
Absolutely, let's do it.
All right, and guys, I want to remind you this episode is sponsored by Veriswap, and we're going to have Veriswap's founder, Raymond, with us as part of this show today. Let's introduce Raymond.
So for those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Raymond. I'm the founder and CEO of Veriswap. Veriswap aims to make trade nights accessible 24/7, regardless of where you are. So we are an online trading and escrow platform. You can negotiate trades as if you were trading in real life, but on a digital app. So excited to present some of the trades that happened over the course of the last month with all of you.
All right, let's jump into the first trade debate. Raymond, introduce this trade to us.
We have a $45,000 trade here. On side A, we have a Mahomes NT Auto out of 10 and a Mahomes Gold Kaboom. And on side B, we have a Kobe Curry Dual Auto. What do you guys think about this one?
All right, Teapot, I know some of these cards are speaking to you. You're a big Patrick Mahomes and Chiefs fan, but you got an amazing card on the other side. Who wins this trade?
This is actually really tough for me. Two of my favorite players to watch all time, just pure enjoyment of watching in basketball, Kobe Bryant and Steph Curry, both of them. While I don't like the three-point revolution that's happened in the NBA, I love watching Steph do it because he's one of a kind, and Kobe was one of a kind to watch too. On the other side, though, it's tugging at my heartstrings, specifically a gold Kaboom.
Yes.
I don't have a gold Kaboom in my collection.
Card.
I do not have one. I have several Kabooms of different players. I do not have a gold Kaboom. That's that iconic Mahomes throw, falling down, making a play. Plus, you're getting an on-card rookie auto. While I like the dual auto with Steph and Kobe on the right, I'm going with the Mahomes. Those are the cards I'd rather have.
We agree with this. I agree for a little bit of a different reason. To me, while I love Steph Curry and I love Kobe Bryant, the connection between the two of them wasn't as strong as it was between Kobe and maybe some other athletes. Even Kobe and LeBron, they had a lot more crossover in terms of playing years. A Kobe-LeBron dual auto, that would have won the trade for me. But a Kobe-Steph dual auto, I'd rather have the Mahomes, especially heading into the Super Bowl. Nobody is hotter right now. And as you said, it's a beautiful gold Kaboom. So I'm with you. I think Mahomes won this first trade. Right. And guys, as we go through the show today, let us know if you agree or disagree who won these trades. You can let us know in the comments. And I also want to tell you about a special giveaway that Veriswap is doing. If you're on Veriswap's platform, there's a particular card, the 2022 Anthony Davis Neon Green Fast Break number to 5. Find that card and bid $10. Put it in an offer of $10 on that card. They're going to pick one random person who puts in a $10 offer on that card. They're going to accept the offer and they're going to give you the card. They won't even charge you the $10. They're going to give it to you for free. If you're not on Veriswap yet, download the Veriswap app or go to veriswap.com and use promo code SCI when you're registering, because that will give you $15 towards your first trade. All right, let's jump in to trade number 2.
Up next, we have a $33,000 trade. On side A, we have an Ohtani Green Auto in PSA 9. On the other side, we have a Mahomes Rookie Auto, BGS 9.5, and $7,000 in cash. How do you guys feel about this one?
All right, Teapot, we've got another big Mahomes being traded here. And this one, somebody packaged that Mahomes in $7,000 in cash to get the incredible Ohtani. Who do you think won this one?
I actually got asked basically this exact question at our trade night after Culture Collision that we hosted last week. Somebody came up to me and said, hey, I've got Mahomes and Ohtani cards, both of them. Long term, which one are you higher on? And I said, I don't know, which one are you higher on, Tom Brady or Michael Jordan or Wayne Gretzky? Like, that's what we're talking about with this generation. They're by far and away the two runaways in their respective sports. I don't think you can go wrong in either case. Encased, the product encased, not the most notable one. It's a nice looking card, honestly, that landscape. I really like the custom inscription that says Patty Ice on that card. I also really like $7,000 in cash. And the green Ohtani in particular, with the red jersey, just has like the weird Christmas vibes to me, you know, like the Christmas colors. It's not my favorite one. I'd actually rather have the blue to 150 than I would have the green. So in this case, I don't think you can go wrong on either side. The Ohtani is definitely the better of the two cards, but I would take the Mahomes auto with the inscription and $7,000 in cash.
Okay. I totally buy your argument. I think this one's pretty close. I'm going to go with the Ohtani. The reason why is that is one of Ohtani's true key rookie cards. A lot of people would say that 2018 Bowman Chrome is like his most sought after of his rookie cards. Now, not necessarily the green out of 99 and PSA 9, but nonetheless, it is still, his most sought after rookie card versus the encased cards. I'm just not that big of a fan of.
Sure.
So that's not, even though it is a rookie Mahomes, I think it's a step down in terms of card.
It is.
Yes, that person gets the cash. But for me, out of these sides, I'm going to go with Ohtani.
That's fair.
Let's jump into trade number 3 because something interesting is about to happen now.
Up next, we have a $32,000 trade. On side A, we have an Ohtani green auto in PSA 9. On side B, we have a Ruth rookie in PSA 4 with the green background. What do you guys think about this?
All right, this one's fun because we're seeing another green Ohtani Bowman Chrome rookie numbered, or PSA 9, numbered to 99.
Yep.
This time, though, being flipped for vintage, a Goudey Babe Ruth. And as we get into debating this, I want to let the audience know Veriswap just launched a new vaulting service, a new service where they'll actually, if you want them to, they'll hold on to your cards for you. So, for example, if you have this Ohtani, if you traded for it and now you want to trade it for something else, you don't have to have it shipped to you and then ship it back to Veriswap. You can just keep it with them and they'll hold it in their vault, and then you can just do all of your trades digitally through their vault. It's a cool new service that's part of Veriswap. So that's awesome. But Teapot, this particular trade, which side are you going?
This one's a little easier for me, and this time I'm going with the Ohtani.
Okay.
I love the Goudeys, but that Goudey image, the number 181, is actually my least favorite of the 4 Goudeys of Babe Ruth from 1933. It's a PSA 4, which for that age isn't a terrible grade. It's obviously got a centering issue, like almost like miscut. But in this case, I do like the Bowman. I like the autos. I think those have a lot of staying power. I think they have more upside in the next few years too than the Babe Ruths, which are just gonna be very steady and climbing. But that particular copy, if it was one of the other images and maybe wasn't quite so off center, it looks good, the registration looks good, I might lean toward the Babe Ruth, but I do want to go with the Ohtani this time.
Okay, when you started off and you said this one's easier for me, I honestly thought you were going to say I'll go with the Ruth.
Okay.
I thought that was going to be the easier side. To me, that is the easier side. I like the Ruth better, so I'm in disagreement with you on this one. The reason why is, although that Babe Ruth is off center, maybe a little bit miscut, the image on it is very bright. And I've seen a lot of these Babe Ruth 33 Goudeys. I've owned some over time. And oftentimes you'll get a little fading on the image or a little bit of creasing or something that takes away from the actual player image and the green background. And in this case, the green background of the player image look real sharp.
Pretty sharp.
I think it's got good eye appeal. And so for that reason, versus a PSA 9 Ohtani that doesn't have the best eye appeal with the green border, to me, it's the Ruth all day long on this one.
All right, we don't talk about this beforehand, so we're off to a good start.
We're definitely debating. We might debate this next one as well. Let's hear it from Raymond.
Up next, we have a 31K deal. On side A, we have a Mahomes NT RPA in BGS 9. On side B, we have a Lamar 1 of 1 downtown, a Wemby Select PSA 10, and 7.5K in cash.
All right, Mahomes is back, being traded again, this time for 2 big cards and cash. Teapot, where do you lean here?
Well, we got another encased card, right? And it's got the little patch pieces in it, but without seeing the back, I'm going to go ahead and assume that because it's not flawless, it's player worn from back in 2017. So it's not game worn. I'm going to shock you here. I love that Lamar Jackson card. That might be my favorite Lamar Jackson card in the world, in existence. That particular one with the Raven, with the spooky Halloween theme, the gold vinyl 1 of 1. That is a card, if I could have one Lamar Jackson card in my collection, that's got to be near the top, if not completely at the top for all cards. I'm somewhat more indifferent to the Purple Ice to 99 of Wemby, but you're getting a stack of cash, and you could turn around and move that Wemby. You could get another select card that, to me, would maybe color match a little bit better or something. So in this case, the Lamar for me is like, that would have been hard to turn down in a lot of these trades. I just like that card a lot.
I'm surprised to hear you say that. Now, you might have been able to talk me into agreeing with you on this, except there's one big problem with that Lamar card. I don't know if you noticed, but it's got a nasty print line right across the top of the card.
But where it is
nasty.
Is about as unoffensive as anywhere it could be, other than maybe below the downtown at the bottom.
It's such a letdown to me to see that print line. Like that print line bothers me. And to be quite honest, that would bother me. Like if I own that card in my PC, that print line would just gnaw at me. Maybe I'm making too big of a deal out of it. I'd be curious to see what people think of the YouTube comments, but I don't love the print line for that reason. Now I do like $7,500 in cash, and I do like the Wemby card numbered to 99, and it is a cool Lamar card. I'm not a huge fan of Mahomes I am a huge fan of Mahomes. I'm not a huge fan of encased, I should say, as I said with the previous trades, but this encased card is more of a true like rookie patch auto, and it's card number 1 out of 10.
Yes.
Which I think is pretty cool. I'm gonna go encased.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Mahomes. I'm gonna go encased.
I'm gonna put the Lamar on a shelf, tilt it just right so I don't see the print line, and enjoy the Lamar.
Smart man. All right, we got another big one coming. Let's see this.
Up next, we have a $30,000 vintage trade. On side A, we have a Jackie Robinson rookie. On side B, we have a Satchel Paige Bowman and a Ruth rookie in PSA 1 and $2,000 in cash. What do you guys think about this one?
All right, an all vintage trade, Teapot, with a little cash on one side as well. And I will make mention, I recently was out in Arizona looking at Ken Kendrick's collection, the owner of the Diamondbacks. I saw his 52 Topps Jackie Robinson. He's got the highest graded copy of it ever. I saw his 1948 Bowman Satchel Paige. He's got the highest graded copy ever. And I saw his 1933 Goudey Babe Ruth. He has the highest graded copy ever. So he's got literally all three of these cards in this trade. So I've held these, obviously in a little bit of a different grade, but I've held these within the last week. So I have a little bit of firsthand perspective. I'm curious to get your feeling on this trade.
Jackie all the way. Jackie all the way on that. That's it's one of the best looking, cards from that set. Obviously the mantle comes out of it, but that Jackie to me like really stands out. I love the design from 52 Topps. And that's a good-looking copy. You talked about the Goudey PSA 4 that we saw from Babe Ruth. This is a very good-looking copy of that card. Really good registration. The centering's not as offensive. Obviously, it's off. You're seeing the Babe Ruth, which that's actually my favorite of the Babe Ruth Goudey designs, but it's definitely a poor one with the crease and all the issues going on with it. The $2,000 cash, that's the type of thing you're very happy to put in to get a copy of that Jackie Robinson of that quality. So for me, it's the Jackie all the way.
I'm in agreement. Jackie Robinson. As I said, I saw all three of these cards in person. Yeah. The Jackie is just beautiful to hold in hands. This looks like a relatively nice copy of it. Obviously, it's a little bit off center and a PSA 4, but there's no obvious creasing or there's no obvious surface problems. Right. So to me, it looks like a pretty decent 4 of that card. And so, I like that. The Satchel Paige is a cool card, but he had a 48 leaf. Which I'd rather have the 48 leaf over the 49 Bowman.
Sure.
And the Ruth Goudey's cool, but as you said, that one's pretty beat up. So I'm with you on this one. Clearly the Jackie, I think, for both of us. I want to mention, if anybody out there is going to the West Coast Card Show, formerly the Burbank Card Show, February 14th and 15th, Veriswap is hosting their trade night. There will be a big trade night, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., at the West Coast Card Show, and Veriswap will be there hosting it, so make sure to check that out. And let's see the next trade.
Up next, we have a 24K football trade. On side A, we have a Jordan Love Flawless RPA. On side B, we have a Jordan Love Gold Kaboom and a Josh Allen Prism Disco and $2,500 in cash. Which side would you guys rather have?
All right, we got a couple of quarterbacks who have been bounced out of the playoffs. Jordan Love, Josh Allen. Oh, Josh Allen, that game against the Chiefs broke my heart. Where are you going with this trade, Teapot?
None of it. I don't like any of it. I don't like Jordan Love. I'm just kidding. I know some people love him. He had a good year. I will say going into next year, I have more confidence, much to my chagrin, that Love is a solid quarterback. And we'll see how he continues to develop. But this is an interesting one because you're looking at a true RPA out of Flawless. That's actually game used patches in Flawless.
And
Obviously,
very low number
auto,
too, out of 5, I think that one is.
I will give him credit.
6.
I like what he's done with his auto. That's kind of fun with the little J heart. That's clever. Very low numbered, like you said. That the Allen doesn't do anything for me. That's clearly like a throw-in card. Like it's the Disco. Yes, it's his rookie card, and he didn't have a ton out of Prism. Prism was very short printed in 2018 football. Very short printed all around. So there's not a ton of those in existence. You're getting the extra cash. I think you could go either way. It depends on what your goal is or just really what your collecting preference is. If I had to pick a card out of this that I personally like the best, I'm going to go back to the Gold Kaboom, especially with the Packers. If you're a fan of the Packers, I'm jealous at how good those always look because of the color match with the team. So I'd go with the one with the other cards, but both sides seem pretty reasonable to me.
I think it's a very fair trade, and I think it depends what your goal is. If you are a Jordan Love collector and fan, I'd rather have the Flawless because that is the rookie, that is the patch auto, nice auto, and that Flawless is a PSA 10, which it is very difficult to get PSA 10s on those Flawless cards. So to have his Flawless numbered to 6 in a PSA 10, his true RPA, that's a pretty special card. I think that's a more special card than the Gold Kaboom because it's not rookie year, even though the Gold Kaboom's PSA 10 as well, which is pretty nice. So I'll go Flawless on this, but I think it's real close. And I think both sides probably walked away from this deal pretty happy.
Absolutely, they can keep them.
Yeah, all right, let's see the next one.
Up next, we have a 22K trade. On side A, we have a Wemby Color Blast, which is raw. On side B, we have a Mahomes Purple Crystals auto and 3.2K in cash. What do you guys think about this one?
All right, Mahomes is back. This time being traded away along with $3,250 cash for a Wemby Color Blast from Spectra.
Yeah.
Little Spurs Color Blast logo in the background there. Do you notice that? That little subtle spur. Did you see that?
Yes,
did you see that?
I did.
They're getting a little creative with the Color Blast this year. What do you think of this trade?
I like it. I like both sides. This one's like really tough for me actually because I am still incredibly high on Wemby. It's raw. It's ungraded. So I'm assuming that the conversation was, there was no major damage disclosed of that card. It also does make me wonder why not grade that card. It's obviously a really important and big card for Wemby. Typically the Color Blasts grade pretty well. Now that is out of Spectra. Sometimes they're a little thicker, but you don't have the edge chipping issues that show up on darker bordered cards and things of that nature. So Mahomes, it's a BGS 8.5. It's a sticker auto, purple crystals. I like those on some teams. I'm a big color match, so if, like Vikings players and stuff, they look really cool to me. I don't know. In this case, I would like flip a coin. I'd be happy to have either of these cards. If I had to pick one with the upside, assuming the condition might be good on the Wemby, I might lean toward the Wemby in this case. But if you're like going for a little more security long term, I would go with the Mahomes. So that's kind of a cop out, but I could go either way.
I think I'm going to go Wemby as well. And the reason why is the Mahomes just on the list of his important rookie cards, the Purple Ice Prism and an 8.5 is kind of on down the list a little bit.
Yeah.
Whereas the Color Blast is something that people always chase. And granted, there's multiple, Wemby Color Blasts, but they're super tough to find. They're beyond case hits. The Color Blasts are super rare. And I think it'd be actually really cool to get the different Wemby Color Blasts and have kind of the complete rainbow of Wemby Color Blasts. You get a lot greater chance of doing that than you ever would building the complete rainbow of Prism Mahomes rookie cards. That's never going to happen.
Right.
So might as well go after the Wemby Color Blast set.
That'd be fun.
And have a little collection there. So I think I would go for the Color Blast. But overall, I think a pretty good trade.
Yeah.
All right, 3 trades left to go. Let's see the next one.
Up next at $19,000. On one side, we have a Stroud White Sparkle Prism in PSA 10 and $500. On the other side, we have a Jordan rookie in BGS 8.5.
Okay, Jordan for CJ Stroud. Makes sense of this one for me, Teapot.
We've seen some of these show up in recent months too. These are cards that move on both sides. Not that there are a ton of these CJ Strouds, but I'm pretty sure we've seen this exact card show up in prior months in different trades. So people are kind of moving it in different directions. It's a great looking card. One of his best looking Prism rookie cards with, again, the color match aspect just looks so amazing in my opinion. I don't know what to make of CJ Stroud now. Before the season started, I said, I think both you and I had some optimism for him after a really strong rookie campaign. He didn't play as well this year. He had injuries to all of his receiving core throughout the season. Some of the play calling was weird. I know people said there was drama against the Chiefs in the playoffs with the refs and whatever. I think I still believe in him. I really do. I think he's going to have a really good career. And this is a really great card in a PSA 10. You can find one of these Jordans anytime. You can find a BGS 85 Jordan anytime. Obviously, you know, if I were going to go after a Jordan rookie, I'd want it in a PSA slab. That's my thing. I wouldn't want it in the BGS 885 slab. I'd want it in a PSA slab for the Jordan. The copy looks pretty good, but in this case, some people are going to think I'm probably crazy, but I'd rather go with that Stroud and see what he can do next year.
Interesting. Yeah, I was actually not expecting you to pick that. I was actually expecting you to you know, kind of be down on Stroud and go straight for the Jordan. You know, to me, this depends what the person's trying to do with it, right? I mean, like long-term hold, that Jordan is very, very safe and steady.
Sure.
And a card that's very sought after. A lot of people coming after that. The CJ Stroud card is a lot more volatile. We saw it this year as cards have come down a lot. My question is, what's going to be the hype and excitement around Stroud going into next season compared to a lot of other quarterbacks? His star did diminish a little bit this year.
He did.
He's still a great young quarterback on a pretty good team. Still going to be the best team in that division.
That's the thing.
So I think he's still going to be in the mix. I just worry that his prices may continue to fall this offseason.
They came down a lot already.
Yeah.
They really have.
And I worry they may go down a little further.
They might.
So I don't mind the stability of the Jordan right now between these two. I don't know how hot of a name Stroud's going to be heading into next season. So I think the stability of the Jordan's good. I'd probably go with the side of the Jordan, but you know, certainly an interesting trade.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, 2 more to go. Let's get the next one.
Up next, we have a 17K trade. On one side, we have a Kobe Topps Chrome BGS 10. On the other side, we have a Josh Allen Downtown PSA 10, Mahomes rookie in BGS 9.5. Which side would you guys rather prefer?
All right, so this one's interesting. We paired Mahomes and Josh Allen together. You know, that crazy AFC Championship game. This time being traded for the Kobe rookie in a pristine 10. Where are you going on this one, Teapot?
All right, I'm going to say something in advance. No offense to the recipient of the Kobe, but that has to be the worst looking BGS 10 Kobe Bryant in the universe because it's green. It's hulked out.
A lot of them are.
A lot of them are.
Yeah.
But I think you can find copies in lower grades that aren't hulked out.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the thing when it comes to that 96 Chrome set. Every time. Now we've had enough time to separate. And by the way, just dispelling a myth, Gene from Arena Design said this was not due to light exposure. It was due to like printing compounds in different runs of Topps Chrome that actually spoiled some of the sets. So a lot of people think, oh, these were exposed to light. If I put mine out in the light, it's going to ruin it. That's not what caused the hulking on these cards. But that Josh Allen card is, I mentioned the Lamar earlier, is one of the cards I'd love to have of Josh Allen. The Downtowns from 2018, I really like that card. And then the Mahomes, iconic, you know, silver rookie card for him. There were no base rookie cards for Mahomes, so that is like the iconic, most affordable Prism, you know, or among them that you can get for his rookie cards. Definitely going to go with the Allen and the Mahomes in this case. And I could go find a better, you know, honestly, a better eye appeal version of the Kobe.
Yeah, I am 100% with you. It's actually, that was the exact comment I was going to say, is if this was a really sharp looking copy of the Kobe, then I'd give it consideration, but it's disappointing.
It is.
And a lot of them look that way. I owned a Kobe 96, which also suffered from some of that type of thing. So you see a lot of them that way, but I couldn't get over that myself. To me, I want the Mahomes and I want the Josh Allen. I'm with you. Yep, with you on that one. Okay, guys, we got one more trade to go. Before we do it, don't forget about the giveaway. Go to Veriswap, go in the app or go on Veriswap.com right now and bid $10. Put in a $10 offer on the 2022 Anthony Davis Neon Green Fast Break out of 5. One of those offers will get accepted and you'll get your $10 back. So you'll get the card for free if it's your $10 offer that gets accepted. So it's not going to cost you anything. If you're not on Veriswap yet, remember to register. Use promo code SCI for $15 free towards your first trade. All right, here we are. Final trade. Let's hear it from Raymond.
Up next, we have a $14,000 trade. On side A, we have a Willie Mays PSA 5. On side B, we have a Ty Cobb in PSA 1. What do you guys think about this?
All right, we're ending with vintage. Willie Mays, Ty Cobb, 2 of the biggest names there are. Where are you going with this one, Teapot?
You know, while I like the 52 mantle more than the 51 Bowman mantle, I have the opposite opinion about the Willie Mays. I like the 51 Willie Mays more than I like the 52
I'm with you on that.
Willie Mays. The image of him, it just doesn't scream Willie to me. Like his look, he looks a little look of consternation or something. It's a miscut, you know, pretty badly. The Ty Cobb, I honestly not as familiar with, just that card. I had to look it up. I wasn't as familiar. Obviously, it's a poor one, but I'm assuming there's not a ton of those. It's an interesting looking card, very, you know, similar to that early run of stuff from the late 1900s into the 1910s, from a lot of the T206 stuff that we see with those color fading designs in the background. I like the Ty Cobb better in this case. It's a unique card. If it's something that you want liquidity in, you're going to be better off taking the 52 Willie, although sometimes pricing out those miscuts can also be tough. Sometimes people won't touch them with a 10-foot pole. Others, you know, where do you price them out? So there's always a little bit of conjecture and all of that. But I think that Ty Cobb's a cool looking card. It's obviously got some real issues at the top of it and a crease down it, but the color looks nice on it. I think it's a really interesting card. I'm going to go with my namesake there, Ty Cobb.
There you go. So like you, I like the 51 mantle a lot better than the 52. Like you, I don't love the copy of that 52 Topps, just with how badly miscut it is. It bothers me.
Yeah.
That bothers me. The eye appeal on it bothers me.
Yeah.
And like you, I had never seen that Ty Cobb card before. This was my first time ever seeing that Ty Cobb card. And normally I would say, well, a super unusual card like that, it's a lot of people, it's not necessarily going to resonate with a lot of collectors because they're not familiar with it, you know. But in this case, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go with the Ty Cobb because I don't love the cutting on the 52 Topps Willie Mays. So much like you, I'll go with the unusual card. And although that Ty Cobb is only a PSA 1, the actual surface and image of it look pretty solid. The centering looks decent. So that's not the issue with the card. So I think it presents decently for a PSA 1. So I'm going to go with the Ty Cobb on this one as well.
There's always something fun for me if I have an obscure card too that I take to trade nights and things. And then you have that one collector, that true collector who sees it and goes, I can't believe you have that card. And that Cobb screams that to me. Like somebody's going to see it, know what it is. I've been after one of these forever. And you get to be part of that exchange of like helping connect them with something like that too. So it's a neat one. There
you go. Well, whoever got that Ty Cobb, hopefully they get that, you know, reaction from somebody if they bring it to a trade night. And guys, don't forget, go get in that giveaway right now on that Anthony Davis card and sign up for Veriswap using promo code SCI for $15 free towards your first trade. Thank you for watching Trade Talk. We'll see you soon again with the next one. Take care.